Well, here with me on the news to discuss this is a political analyst, Gbenga Abiola. Good to have you join us on the media news. So there's been so many talks going on, especially on the media and around the globe about this development. But let's know your thoughts on it. How does it sit with you, this Democracy Day developments?
First of all, I'd like to congratulate and appreciate President Buhari for this divine action, I'll call it, because if you look at June 12th and the agitations that have come by over the past 2 decades, this is truly historic and divine, I must say. So I want to appreciate the President, and I want to say that this is, for the first time, a show to say that justice can actually be served.
What are the democratic implications of this development?
Well, I wouldn't want to concentrate more on the political implications, but more on the historic and impactful effect of this on the growing youth, on the unborn generation, on the young minds, on the youth league in Nigeria. You know, this will unlock a lot of potentials, you know, because people have been able to see that when you say Democracy Day at May 29th, what comes to your mind is the military handing over. But right now, what comes to your mind is justice, justice being served. What comes to your mind is true, free, and fair elections. You know, so that historic day, every time June 12 occurs, what comes to your mind is that truly we can actually have a free, fair, and smooth election in Nigeria.
And then 2019 is just around the corner. Yeah. How do you think this development will affect whatever gimmicks or shenanigans will play out in 2019? Well,
gimmicks, you say. I would say that this is a right step, and this is also a message not just to the Nigerian people, not just to the Nigerian youth, but even the politicians themselves. You know, we politicians, you know, because it sends a message that if we are able to portray June 12 as the most free and fair election that has ever held in Nigeria, then it means that it can happen again. And now the people are watching, the people want us to relate the next process to what we preach. And I must say that it is a good foundation to build on. And I'll tell you, a lot of young minds out there today would come out of their shell to say they want to participate in the democratic process. So I'm linking this with the Not Too Young to Run bill, and I'm saying that Nigeria has a good future to
I know you're very particular about that,
yes,
Not Too Young campaign, but let's focus at this point now on the impacts of this developments on especially the 2019 election. Now that it has happened, and I don't want us to go into the many criticisms that have followed the administration of President Buhari, especially now from different sectors. You know, expectations were high when he was campaigning and when he came in, but now a lot of persons that voted even then, you know, maybe regretting and wishing they took a different step. But be that as it may, how do you think this now that has brought over back a lot of people, you know, how do you think it will affect the 2019 election? Some analysts this morning were saying that this is a step to buy back like it actually occurred.
I think more of the analysts that would think in that line are those that come from the opposition party, obviously, because that's the job of the opposition. Never to see anything good in what the incumbent does. That's why you have oppositions. But if you look at it critically, I think this would, in turn, restore confidence, I must say. Because if you look at it, 2 presidents from the Southwest have been presidents of this country and never thought or deemed it fit to honor this man, you know, honor this day, you know, because it goes beyond the man himself. We are talking of the first time where ethnic politics was put aside, religion was put aside, and Nigeria for once spoke with one voice. We had Shonekon, we had President Obasanjo. None of them deemed it fit. 16 years of PDP rule, they never deemed it fit of honoring this day that a lot of people lost their lives.
But is that a critical matter in the country now? There are many sectors crying out for more attention. Just same yesterday, there was a farmers' herdsmen attack again, scores killed, many others injured. The people are still expecting a tougher stance on this issue from the presidents. The economic sector, power sector, so many other things are begging for attention. People don't have food to eat on their table, and you're telling them about Democracy Day, May the 29th, June the 12th. A lot of persons saw that as just a way to buy back majority.
I think the first thing is, I think the first thing is confidence.
Confidence about food on your table.
No, confidence would bring food on your table.
Really? Okay.
Yes, because first of all, you know, policies are made, and these policies have after effects. It doesn't come all in one time. Okay. You understand? The president has had 3 years to put in place policies. You know, I know that if it took Nigeria 16 years, you know, to get to where we are, why was the outcry? Why was the outcry for a new government? Definitely things were wrong. That was why people actually cried and agitated for a new government. You know, so correcting those things involves policies. And when President Buhari got into power, you know, there was economic recession, and under 1 year, we went out of recession. So if you look at it critically, I think the policies are made. The effects will come, but confidence really does matter.
I'm sure a lot of viewers would have wanted you to go on to explain those policies you're talking about, but we'll leave it here for now because of time. As my director has said, definitely we'll bring you back another time to talk more about that. Gbenga Abiola, thank you very much for your time on the news.